Social media has become a shit show. It takes courage to go against what is actually trendy and what is actually seen as normal, and to question it and go the other way. You did not come here to post 5-second videos and to be forgotten, because that's quite frankly what is happening. It still sometimes feels like that if we choose to leave social media, that will be the end of us. That will be the end of our creative careers, of our social circles. We can't even ignore how dystopian it all is. So if this video found you on your For You page, I can almost certainly say that you've struggled with social media in the past few years. You're probably a creative, you do something online, and your intuition, even though you might not feel like you're super connected to your intuition, has been telling you for years to get offline. You've probably had several moments of just wanting to throw your phone into a lake and to move into a secluded cottage in the woods. And you've probably felt immensely overstimulated and overwhelmed, especially in the past 1 or 2 years, because let's be fully honest, social media has become a shit show. Hi, my name's Amelie. I'm a multi-passionate creative and I help people create soul-led lives and career paths. And today we're going to be diving into why leaving social media is the future, and why there's currently a huge split in the world, especially within our generation, of people leaving social media, and why it's actually not just a trend. So let's talk about it. And also, yes, I'm aware I look like a Victorian child in this dress. Okay, so first of all, let me read you for a second. Like me, you're probably very creative, you're probably very sensitive, and you probably have a big dream. There's something you want to do, something you want to pursue. There's something in your head before you go to sleep at night. There's something you want to just creatively express yourself. And maybe you're already doing that online, on Instagram or TikTok or wherever. Maybe you're thinking about doing it, or maybe you just use those apps normally, as pretty much everyone in our generation does. But unlike the big portion of people that just go on about their lives and seem to not be struggling with social media, you have found yourself struggling a little bit. You may have already found yourself diving into how bad social media is actually for our brains, and you may have felt, like I said, super overstimulated or overwhelmed by all the freaking rage bait that is out there. Social media has probably felt really icky to you. It is burning you out, and it is not a coincidence that people like us, and my account is very niche. I actually do not want my videos to be like mainstream. I actually do think I have a very specific niche that I'm being called to like talk to. People like us, creative, sensitive, intuitive souls, people that are very spiritually inclined, and people that really want to walk a soul-lit path. It's not a coincidence that people like us feel burnt out left and right currently. Our intuition, even if it's just super quietly, is telling us that something needs to change. And it's no coincidence that we feel it so deeply. The whole world is currently waking up to how bad social media actually is. Instagram has become the new rat race. It is filled with AI, brain rot, people trying to make it unnatural algorithms, and big corporations trying to keep you on the apps as long as possible. It feels threatening to our souls and our nervous system. It is a gift that our body and our souls are telling us so early on and showing us signs of overstimulation or overwhelm or just this icky feeling that this is not meant for us, that this is not right for us. So let's talk about it. What is currently happening? Like I said, Instagram and TikTok and fast-paced social media apps have become the new rat race. It's about getting clicks. It's about pushing out as much content as you can to go viral, to make a living off of it. And people will go to great lengths to do that. It's truly the new 9 to 5, only that it's not even a 9 to 5. It's a 24/7. It is hustle culture at its peak. And this time it's not an office that you leave at 5 p.m. It's in your back pocket. Social media apps have become so fast-paced and so oversaturated and so full of people, and also the apps have been designed and changed in so many ways that make it so overstimulating and so overwhelming to the brain that we can't even ignore how dystopian it all is. We can't ignore the millions of ads and the very well-hidden product placements that influencers do. We can't keep pretending that it's normal to see 50 stories of people sharing their lives and their thoughts and having so much insight to people's lives at all times. And I could go on and on and on. The list is truly so freaking long, but people can just not pretend anymore that any of this is normal and that any of this is healthy or feels good. You don't have to be spiritual or super intuitive to notice this. I've always been super passionate about social media and the effects that it has on our brains and our society, but I first started really noticing the shift in the collective about 3 to 4 years ago. It takes courage to go against what is actually trendy and what is actually seen as normal, and to question it and go the other way. So more and more people actually started talking about the effects and started creating things that go against that. But it was only about a year or two ago when more and more videos started going viral on YouTube about digital detoxes and teens switching to flip phones. And it just feels like the ball has really started rolling, because what has come out since is actually incredible. Because this is not only a small thing anymore that a few people started doing after noticing how popular fast-paced media has become. This is now a global movement, which is why there's no better time than right now, and I say this to all my creative friends, to leave social media. And I also really always want to preface by saying, when I say leaving social media, I mean first and foremost fast-paced media, because I love the internet. I love social media. I love slow media. That's what I like to call it. I hate fast-paced media places. I call them the fast food places of the internet. And for me, the two poster childs of that are Instagram and TikTok. But yeah, going back, look at all what's come out since. The dumb phones, the app blockers, the events, the communities, the books, the studies, the knowledge. So much has happened in just the past 2 years. It still sometimes feels like that if we choose to leave social media, that will be the end of us. That will be the end of our creative careers, of our social circles. We won't know what's going on in the world anymore. We won't keep up with our friends. We will die of boredom, all those different things. We get major FOMO, and it still feels like that's the worst thing that we could do. Like, we could never leave social media. But I will actually argue that right now is the best time to do it in all of those instances. Because let's get into it. Why is it the best thing to do as a creative right now? Like I mentioned, leaving social media currently has become cool, and people are making a huge return to slower paced media, more intentionally made, more mindfully made, in a more gentle and more soft way. And you're probably very like-minded. You've probably been very overwhelmed, overstimulated, and drained by having to put your entire work, your entire creativity, whatever it is that you do, into a 5-second video. And even if you liked it at first, or kind of think, oh, that's appealing, it's just 5 seconds, you know deep down, this is not building you a legacy. You did not come here to post 5-second videos and to be forgotten, because that's quite frankly what is happening. And I'm saying that as a person who had accounts blow up in the past few years within the rise of social media and fast-paced content. I was the person posting 5 to 10 second reels and TikToks, and they did blow up. And even though a few really cool people found me, I had friends that had 1,000 followers, but I had 40,000, and they made more money, had more connections, and were happier than me. Oh, and they also didn't end up burning out like I did. So since switching to slow-paced media and actually getting off fast-paced media has become cool again, and so platforms like Substack or long-form YouTube videos that aren't even edited are truly making waves out there. Websites are making a return, blogs are out there again, and also online, but especially in-person communities are thriving. Which brings me to my second point. If you're here and you think, oh, but my social circles, I won't know what's going on in the world. What about my friends that I talk to? And let's be fully honest, this is a silly thing to say, because we can all take 20 minutes and just DM every one of our friends and say, hey, I'll be available on text messages. But for the ones that are really concerned, since there's a huge rise on in-person communities, this is actually fulfilling. This is what the purpose of life actually is to connect in person. I'm not anti-internet. I'm not even like, you have to go cold turkey. You can still use the internet, or even if you want Instagram or TikTok, to find those places, but use it as a catalyst to get offline. Because most people are currently living in those fast-paced media platforms. That is their social circle. That is their community. And what social media platforms should actually do is to make our real life better, which is currently not happening because most of us aren't even living in real life. Most of us are using the internet world to make our internet life better. Why are we leaving real life out of the equation? When we talk about the future of social media, I think it is really important to also say that we're currently in a time energetically that is very intense. I feel like we all felt it. It doesn't even matter if you're spiritual or intuitive or if you even believe in any of that stuff. I think you probably do because you're here on my account. The energy of the world is currently rising immensely. Never before in history have there been so many people shedding light onto shadows. Never before in history have so many people healed from past traumas. Never before in history has there been so much knowledge about healing and health and spirituality and energy. People are reconnecting to community. People are questioning what the norm is. People are breaking out of the norm. And I've personally noticed that, especially on my side when I was still on Instagram and TikTok, I saw so many incredible things. I was shown the people that were seeing social media for a critical lens, and I saw how much positivity and light and community and just healing happened out there in the world. At the same time, we do kind of find ourselves noticing that, wait, the light is getting so much stronger, but at the same time, on the other side, it almost feels like people are getting worse. People are getting more negative. People are getting more brain rotted. People are getting more sucked into social media. And this is why I think it's so important, especially right now and also in the years to come, to talk about the split. Because even though if we dive into spirituality and we know that we're all one and there is actually no separation or no split, this is currently what is happening in the collective. The Earth's energy is rising, so you can almost envision it as light truly being shown onto the planet. And when light is being shown directly onto something, the shadow is also being revealed. Until at the end, everything is being transmuted and returned back to one, which leaves us with no split, no separation. But currently we do find ourselves in this split, in this separation point in the collective on this planet. It is just what is happening right now. So that's why it feels like, going back to social media, that so many people are awakening, and why there's also people out there that say 2026 is the golden age of social media. Not for souls like us. And I cannot stress that enough. Just because I'm making this video does not mean that social media is gonna fall. It does not mean that everyone is gonna boycott it. It does not mean that the brain rot is just gonna go away. There's still gonna be so many people using social media. The rat race will continue until it literally can't anymore. And it's gonna become less and less, but that still might take years. And that is fine. And that's actually what I wanna leave you with. It is important that you are aware of what's currently happening and that you make a choice. And I say this like a record player in every single video, but right now, in this time in history, for a soul like you and me, and I know we're all very like-minded, it is important for you to tune within. This time right now is not a time to ignore your intuition. And I always say that I technically wouldn't even have to make advice videos because you know what to do. But often, and I found myself in the same place, we need someone to kind of give us permission to do it, or to just kind of give us a nudge, or to put what we already feel into words. You know what to do. And right now, what you need to do is to make a conscious, intuitive decision. Close your eyes for 10 seconds and make a conscious decision. What future do you want for yourself? What is your intuition telling you to do? What has your intuition been telling you for years, even if it has been super quietly, and you've been ignoring it? And why are you not trusting that intuition? Because the funny thing about intuition, and there will be a video up on that soon, is that intuition makes no sense. Intuition will 99% of the time tell us to go the exact opposite way of what you should do, or what people are telling you to do, or what is seen as normal in society. And that is what's currently happening. That's why so many creatives like you and me and out in the world, that's why so many creatives feel this pull to, wait, instead of posting 5-second reels, I actually want to create a blog. And then the logical mind pops in and says, are you stupid? Everybody's saying to post on social media, like blogs are out. Nobody's reading a blog. There is an entire universe in the digital realm, and I'm currently in it, and I'm super happy I found it, that is leaving the fast-paced media, that is doing the thing that your intuition has told you to do, but because you're still so focused on the other side and on what you should do, you're not even able to receive insight into how things could actually be for you if you just tune within. All doors will open if you tune into your intuition and trust it and take the leap, even if it doesn't make sense. Okay, so and lastly, if you have watched this video and you were like, this 100% resonated with me, but you've been struggling with your phone usage and feeling addicted to social media, or just feeling like you're hooked, which literally, I know addiction to social media or like feeling addicted sounds like such a strong, harsh word, but I can truly say, like, I was addicted to fast-paced media. I struggled so hard, and especially as someone who struggles with ADHD and already really struggles with boredom and doing hard things and being consistent, I was truly, truly struggling. And the only thing that actually really helped me was creating my own system, which has literally changed my life. And it's a system that almost nobody talks about, because most people just say, oh, just do like the screen time limiter on your iPhone, or just like grayscale your phone, or just like don't be on social media, like have some willpower, which does not work. It just doesn't. I actually did a whole full-length video on YouTube, I will link it down below, where I just deeply go into the whole entire process, which will actually help you to set up a system for life. You set it up once, so you don't have to rely on willpower, and it's just set up and you can just live your life. And I also, if you don't want to go for the whole video, which I completely get, I have a Notion board down below, which you can download fully for free with the entire process and step-by-step links of how to create that setup down below. You can just download it. There will also be monthly containers within my community, the Reconnect Collective, where we will actually for a month help each other become the best versions of ourselves together. So you will all find that down below, and I think it's actually super beneficial to not have to go through things alone. So there will be so much stuff for creatives, for living a healthier and more mindful, more intentional, more slow, more softer, just more intuitive life in general. And as always, you can find all the resources down below: my website, my offers, the community I'm building, my Substack, my Pinterest, my once a month creative letters, and also a free inner magic activation, which you can also download for free down below. So that was it for this video, but expect so much more content about slow media, intuitive living, and soul-led career paths, a softer and more gentle way of doing business, and so much more on my channel soon. So if you like this, please subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. It helps so much more than you think. It really helps show this video to more people. And yeah, I'll hopefully see you guys again soon.